Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. So everything is in a remiss right now. I am in agony, it sucks. We're in absolute shambles. It's by done. We are Jover right now. It is absolutely horrible. You're gonna have to excuse me because my January 25th has been absolutely ruined. Now, at the time of recording this, it's been January 25th for only a few hours. So you might be asking yourself, Webweaver, Web buddy, how is January 25th already ruined for you? And you're gonna have to excuse me. We're gonna play on like an easy combination, I guess, because I'm tired. I'm tired, man. But actually, that's the problem, is I'm not tired. So it's the morning right now. The sun is gonna rise in like 80 years. I have nothing to do because I shouldn't be awake right now. And here's the deal. I decided to try and do something responsible with my sleep schedule for the first time in my life ever. And I decided to go to bed early. And do you want to know what happened? I got 6 hours of sleep and then woke up at around 1 a.m., basically. That's a little bit of an embellishment. Not exact times, but you know. I basically got more sleep than I normally do and then woke up at midnight. /1 a.m. I'm not really keeping track of time. It's pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. So, it really is Joe over. It really is by done. Because what the hell am I supposed to do? Everybody's asleep. There's nothing to do. I should be asleep. Or I should be going to bed if I'm having one of those 4 a.m. League of Legends nights with Plunger. And it's like, what the hell am I doing? Like, why am I awake right now? Why am I fully, completely awake? Did we already do this? I don't know. Listen, I've done this 80 million times, alright? We do a little sh-movement here, we do a little sh-movement there, looking for Moriko. It's Look Who It Is. She's not there. She's never been there, but we just saw her very briefly. So yeah, no, I'm just... I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's so over. Like, I don't even want to play video games, because, like, nobody's online right now. And I don't really want to play League at, like, 6 a.m. for no reason. I just kind of want to eat food, because you know what it is, right? Like, when you mess up your sleep schedule, you either never want to eat for the rest of your life, or you want to eat constantly. And so that's kind of the stage that I'm at right now. I'm thinking about what I want to eat after I'm done recording. Because, like, here's the thing. I gotta stay up. Like, I could try to force myself to go back to sleep. But, like, I'm just gonna wake up repeatedly multiple times. Like, it would be the worst sleep of my life if I tried to do that. I would just wake up repeatedly multiple times. It would be so over. I think we're gonna do Bulletin. And then, what do we want to do? Fungal growth moment? So true, bestie. Just get rid of it. Damn, you got the scars right where the mushrooms were growing. That's crazy. I want to get the not the HDF. I want to get the monkey wrench and just win the game. Is that so much to ask for? Yes, it is apparently. What the hell? I've won worse. I've won worse. I've won worse. I've won worse, chat. But, yeah, no, I don't know how to put it. Like, you just kind of like, I got more sleep than I normally do, which is good, but then I woke up at midnight. So it's like, that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, we're pretty, like, pretty mid on that. Like, we're pretty, like, yeah, it's not really a great thing to wake up at, like, 1 a.m. and then feel, like, perfectly rested and be like, well, I have to kill, like, 7 hours. And then it's like, well, you could try being productive. No. Being productive. Like, I played League of Legends with the lads and the lasses, Plunger included, and everybody, like, the stack died at the normal time, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what the hell do I do now? Like, I would go to bed right now if I could, and so I'm just kind of sitting around, and I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. But I just ate. Damn, I'm hungry. We're just gonna die. We're just gonna die. I'll run it back. This was a rancid start anyways. So you know what? If it happens, it happens. We gotta investigate the forest twice. Are you crazy? Alright, fine, we'll rest. We are gonna investigate the forest twice. Let's do that right now. And we kind of want to leave it on there, even though the village is kind of messed up, you know what I mean? But, like, the village is a high threat level, but we're going into, like, freaky feature of found footage. All damage? Bruh. Wait, no, we have bonus here. We have bonus. This is not gonna do... This is gonna do 11, and then this is gonna do 15? I mean, both of those would work, but we, you know, do you really want to roll the dice like that? Sure, why not? The run's rancid. Run's rancid. I've won worse, but I want to lose this run. This is a horrible run. Don't make me play this run out. Please don't make me play this run out. This is like a League of Legends game where you know you're gonna lose, but your team won't surrender, which we've had a couple of those tonight. The League games tonight were complete rancicity. The Briar update dropped that gives her, like, insane HP scaling, and that's pretty based. Like, you just get to a really tanky point. Like, you build Heartsteel, you're never, like... You're really tanky, and it kind of makes me think of Bruiser Briar in, like, Season 13. And it's given me some good feelings, but I think there's an overall problem. It's not that Briar changed, I'm just, like... Here's the thing. I played League of Legends for a long time, but I'm not, like, good enough at studying the actual meta for me to understand why things work the way that they do. And I think the thing that I figured out is that it's not that Briar's gotten significantly worse. It is that... Or less tanky, even, although she has, like, a little bit. The thing is, damage is insane right now. Right, like, damage items are busted. Like, there's a ton of cheap and really good lethality items. The mage items are disgusting, and the tank items, they don't really matter, right? Like, it matters in a sense. Like, okay, you're fighting a specific AP champion, build, like, a Spirit Visage or something, or build, like, a... I don't remember, what is it, like a Spectre's Cowl or something that's, like, 1250? Like, you build that, you're gonna have a lot better of a time. The thing is, though, that's very important, is that, when you... Like, okay, how do I put it? The Luden's Companion and Storm Surge are busted, right? Like, AP champions detonate you, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you're a tank who has MR, when they get their AP items, it is Joe over, right? Like, it's completely Joe over. And so, when people get their AD items, it's completely Joe over. And what's the best bruiser item in the game that everybody's building right now, right? The best bruiser item in the game that everybody's building right now is Sundering Sky, which is a attack damage and health item that gives you guaranteed crits that are actually stronger than normal crits, and those crits heal you for the damage that you deal, and it works every 6 seconds, right? Like, it's insane. It's like one of the best items in the game. So much so that you build it on characters who aren't bruisers because it's just so good. Like, I was playing Kindred earlier. You buy it on Kindred. Kindred's a marksman. Right? You buy it on... I'm pretty sure you buy it on some ADCs too, just because of how goddamn nuts it is. Like, it really is insane how good that item is. And, like, here's the thing. It is an item that is a bruiser item that gives you burst damage. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, the bruiser items give you a burst damage window. And so every fight in the new season of League of Legends is just like, okay, you have your burst window. If you don't kill them in your burst window, then you lose, right? And it's just like, that's how it be. That's how it go. That's just how it is. It's look who it is. And it feels so weird to play. And now that I'm getting the hang of it, it feels a little bit better. Let me tell you, Lilia feels so good to play. Like, oh my god, Lilia feels incredible to play. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, before, with Lilia, right? The thing about her is you would pick Lilia, and then you would have to pick, like, which mythic item that you wanted, and they were all good on you. Like, every mythic item was fantastic on Lilia. Not every mythic item, but, like, You could get is it Leandri's Torment? Whatever it's called, the mask that does like the mask that ramps up damage when you're in combat. You could get the Rod of Ages for sustain and like more health and mana, so that you could be beefier in team fights. And some people were saying that the Riftmaker could be good, because Omnivamp would be really nice, and it gives you nice mana. But you'd never build it. You'd never build it in a million years, because of how, like, you could only get one Mythic. Now you just build all three. Like, you just build them all. Like, every Mythic item that's good on Lilia, you would that you could only get, like, one Mythic item, because Mythic items, how they worked was, they were, like, your most important item, and they locked you out of buying every other Mythic item. You can literally just buy them all now. Like, they're less good, or they're less powerful, because they don't have, like, the really powerful effects or whatever. But, am I gonna risk this? Our stats are cracked enough, I think. I think I'm willing to put in the work here, unless this is doomed, in which case I made a big mistake. We're fine. Yeah, we got 9 dexterity. You gotta play from your big stats, even if that would have gotten us killed, if it was like a threat level increase thing where you take bonus damage. But yeah, no, it's just kind of nuts to experience, because it's like, it really does feel like everything, even tank items, give you so much burst damage. And it's so fast-paced now, man. Like, it really... Like, Riot Games is such a weird thing, because it's like, how they do it. I don't even know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Oh, crap, hold on. Okay, this is, like, bad, right? Well, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's fine. We'll take it. But yeah, no, it's just so weird, you know? Like, I don't really know how to put it. I don't really know how they do it. But it's pretty fun, don't get me wrong. But although I will say, we have one of the friends in the League of Legends friend group, she's new, and it's a miserable experience for her, so she can't... It's so messed up how League of Legends works, right? League of Legends is a game. So true. That, basically, you get into a situation where... oh no. Oh, it's Billith Mazeth? Cult member? I got chewed out for not remembering that Billy Mays is cult member. Which, you know what? Honestly, deserved. But, what was I gonna say? 80... Yeah, sure, just do it like that. Like, the thing about League of Legends, right, is that it is fun to play, but there are 2 caveats to it. One of the most toxic, rancid communities that I've ever seen in my life, where it's, like, completely normal to expect that everybody on your team is capable of telling you to commit yourself in a sewer at any point, and they are sometimes... like, they're never justified, like, morally, ethically, or correctly, but, like, there are some times where, like, a Riot moderator would look at what they're telling you to do, and then look at what you're doing in the game and being like, yeah, that guy's got a point, right? Like, that is how toxic the community is, where, like, that is something, like, Riot wants to kind of, you know, fight that at all costs, because it's a really bad look for their game that they have one of the most toxic communities in video gaming. It really is bad. And the thing is, like, League of Legends is a uniquely tilting game, because for the first, like, 15 minutes, you're in sort of, like, this solo thing where it, like, basically, imagine playing Dark Souls, right? Like, you're playing Dark Souls, you're running through the Undead Burg. There are 4 other people who are also running through the Undead Burg right now, but you can't really directly interact with them unless you go out of your way to basically stop yourself. Like, imagine you had to get through the Undead Burg as quickly as possible and kill the, what is it, the Taros demon at the top of the castle ramparts or whatever, the wall. You have 4 other people who are also starting at the beginning. You're starting at Firelink Shrine. All 5 of you are starting at Firelink Shrine. At any time, any of you can be invaded by 1 to 5 people, and if you wish to interact with these 4 other people, and you're allied with these 4 other people, if you wish to interact with them, you have to spend souls and humanity to go help them. And then once you get over there, you can then lose more. So it's like you spend an initial soul and humanity investment to go help them, and then if you lose, you're losing more, right? So, but if you win, you gain a small advantage, but it doesn't actually help you with your progression at all. You're just sort of like stemming the bleeding on their progression. But it's such a uniquely strange thing, right? Like, it's a game where you can lose by playing perfectly and making no mistakes for 10 whole minutes in a 30-minute game. You can lose, and you can lose really badly, because it is... And it's one of the reasons why it's so hard for new players to get into League of Legends, is because you can't play the game on your own for, like, the first, like, 2,000 hours. That's an exaggeration. Probably, like, the first, like, 500 hours, right? Like, imagine if you were picking up a game, and it was a multiplayer-only game, and your friend told you, hey, you can only play this game with friends until you hit, like, the 500-hour mark. You would look at them like they're insane, but that's how League of Legends works, right? Like, that's just what League of Legends is. That's just how League of Legends works. Like, if you were in a situation like that, you would probably never pick up that game again, right? You'd think they're crazy. You'd think, like, what the hell is my friend's problem? Like literally, you wouldn't be able to comprehend what's going on, because that's such an insane thing to say. But it's true, right? Like, Plunger could not play League of Legends on his own. And then once we started playing together, 80, 90 games later, which, again, like, each game is, basically 20 to 40 minutes. Probably around 30 minutes on average, right? He had to play almost 100 games to be able to play one character correctly, and that character was Alawi. And the thing is, that's the only character that he can play, like... And here's the thing, not even correctly, right? Like, we're talking at a base level of, like, an entry level of, like, Plunger can play Alawi at, like, a high bronze, low silver range. Which, granted, that's as good as the game as I am with, like, the champions that I regularly play. But the thing is, my experience with the game allows me to play, whatchamacallit, more characters and more roles. There is nothing in... We're gonna die here, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. We live these. There is nothing in... This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be weird. I said it was gonna be weird, but here we are. I probably should have done this in the different order, because now if I go to the monument, it says reason. We can't really. 2 funds we can do, though. Could you do sanity for me? That'd be so amazing. 2 funds? How the hell do I do that? I can't. Because you can't sell this. I would. If I could sell the Curious Statuette, I would, honestly. But I'm not selling the Spiral Hoodie, so you can go to hell. But, yeah, no. We've won worse, but we're probably not winning this one, especially because of, my three sanity. But, you would have been convenient. I didn't really think it was gonna be 2, to be honest with you, but I guess that makes sense. Now, hold on a minute. This is gonna be... That's gonna be 11 as previously established. This is going to be... So this is 7. So 14, 15. So wait, hold on. Can we just do this? I think he takes bonus, too, so you're just dead. Yeah. Why did that do 17? I don't know. I don't know where the +2 is coming from, but, you know, it is what it is. Get this garbage out of my inventory. We're never doing that side quest. But yeah, no, League is weird. League is a really weird game. It's really fun, and I enjoy playing it, but it's uniquely tilting in, like, all the wrong ways, because I can have a really good game, and then my ADC could be, like, new, or they could be trolling. And it's very difficult to tell the difference, because people who troll specifically have, like, they specifically try to make themselves look like a new player so that you don't report them, or that they won't get banned for feeding, right? And so that makes it really toxic for, like, new players to actually try to get into the game, because people just assume that you're trolling, because how could you be bad at a video game that is insanely complex, very difficult to play, and requires thousands of hours to get, like, a basic grasp of, you know? So it's nuts, man. It's nuts. If you're thinking to yourself, should I play League of Legends? The answer is no. But if you are going to play League of Legends, you need to do so with a friend. Like, I think there was, like, a really damning statistic that came out recently where it's, like, 70% of the people who play League of Legends were introduced by a friend. That is unsustainable, right? Like, that is unsustainable. First of all, that's how drug dealers work, but also, like, that's unsustainable. Like, there's no way that that can be healthy for the game. That it's like, oh yeah, like 70% of the people who play, like, I don't know if that's real, so take that with a grain of salt, but like, there's, like, if that's even, but that sounds right, though, because you can't get into League of Legends, like, very easily because of how hard the game is, and how overwhelming the game is, and they've made the game easier to get into, and it's still a goddamn nightmare, right? Like, I remember when I was new, there were skill trees, there were, like, these things called, like, runes that were bronze, silver, and gold, and they cost influence points, and you had to grind in matches against people who already had runes, so that it was so bad. You had to grind... Oh, we have discharge summary? Yo, so true, bestie. Like, we had to grind. Like, you had to grind against people who already had fully leveled skill trees and, like, maxed out gold rune pages. Like, you had to deal with that, and you didn't have those things, right? Like, back in the day, you were level 1 to level 30, and when you leveled up as a summoner, you could put points into that skill tree. And that shit was absolutely crazy, man. It was nuts. Because you would have to fight people. You would have to... Oh, we lose. That sucks, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just get owned like that. Sometimes the game just says no. So true. But yeah, no, like, you would just get owned. Like, there would literally be nothing that you could do. And it's just how the game... Like, you would literally be at an objective disadvantage because you weren't level 30 and you didn't have gold runes. And the thing is, you had to grind for runes with the currency at the time. Blue essence replaced influence points, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, you used to earn influence points for playing the game, and then you would, I mean, it's technically possible. Like, if I get my seconds right. I'm not getting my seconds right, brother. There's no freaking way. But you'd have to grind for, like, runes. And the thing is, like, each champion needed different runes, right? So it's like you would grind, like, dozens of games to get, like, silver runes or whatever. Which is, like, you could have bought... Oh, God. Hold on. First mystery was... Oh, God. I don't remember. Oh, we've already lost. So, hold on. What was the first mystery we did? It was, like, some... It was Bulletin, right? It was Bulletin. I'm pretty sure it was Bulletin. So that would be, like, Kaneko, Gatherer, Dream Eater, right? So it would be one of those two. I'm pretty sure we fought Kaneko Gatherer first, so I'll click Dream Eater. Eto, we burned alive. I don't know why Aiko would leave the lighthouse and run to the museum when she's right there. But, you know, it is what it is. We lost the game for a lot of reasons. It was a rancid run. But you'd have to grind for the runes and pay, like, the money that you'd buy the champions with in order to get these runes. And then if you tried to play another champion and you used the same rune page, like, I mean, sure, it's better than nothing, but they might need different runes, right? Like, so you would have to grind for runes. Oh my god, I spent so much time doing this stupid shit. And then you just do it over and over and over again. And you'd have to level up so you could put skill points into your skill trees. It was like a Borderlands thing where there were like 3 trees and you could go down one of them fully to get the big benefit, like major skill, and then you could get like one of the mid-tier skills on another tree. And the thing is, it's like, I don't remember if you could reallocate skill points, like, freely. I don't remember. But, like, oh my god. Like, that shit was way too complicated, and I had to have friends hold my hand every step of the way, or else I wouldn't have been able to do it. And now, things are so simplified, things are so much easier to do, and the game is much faster paced, and a lot of the champions have similar abilities, so they're easy to understand. Things are incredibly, well, I mean, things are still insanely janky. Like, oh my god, some of the items just don't work. I was playing a game earlier as Briar. My Titanic Hydra stopped working for a minute. Like, it just turned off. Like, it just, my Titanic Hydra just ceased to exist for a minute. Like, the icon was, like, blacked out. I couldn't use it. It stopped doing anything. And so I just had to wait for it to come back. It was, like, one of the most awkward experiences I've ever had. Game's buggy, game's broken. It's a fun game, but, like, it's uniquely tilting. It has a horrible community. It's insanely complicated. It's way too hard to get into, and you can only really get into it if you have friends. So it just feels horrible, man. It's just a horrible game to play. Like, it feels great once you get it down, but it's like, I don't know, it just feels wrong. And I kind of feel like an asshole getting Plunger and a couple of my other friends into it. And I am, because, like, it's a horrible game. Like, it's tilting. Because, again, you can play really, really, really well. Like, you're cracked out of your gourd, but, uh-oh, the enemy ADC just got a double kill 4 times in a row against your bot lane. Or, uh-oh, your bot lane isn't playing safe, and they're just being camped by the jungler. The jungler just has their basic jungle item and a ward. They've never backed, but they have 9 kills because they just keep inting onto them. Like, there's nothing you can do, right? Like, there's so many instances in League of Legends, and you figure it out more the more you play the game, but it's like, you get better at judging, like, what's unwinnable and what's not. And the thing is, when you're playing at low-level play, like Bronze, Silver, like I do, it's very obviously unwinnable, not because, like, the champions are bad, but because the players can't do it, right? I was in a game earlier that was completely winnable, but the bot lane, oh my god, I hate bot lanes so much. They just couldn't do it. Like, oh my god, I'm thinking of so many horrible things that happened tonight in League of Legends, but, like, the one that I'm thinking of, the bot lane, the Misfortune, the Pyke, they just could not do it, man. They got, like, 8, like, each of them got 4 kills. They got 8 kills during the laning phase, but they couldn't do anything with it, so I just kept surrendering, because it's like, we can't, like, you're not him. You can't do it. Like, I've set up team fight after team fight. You cannot do it. You can't follow up. Also, the Pyke hooked somebody. Every time I shot my ultimate when the bot lane was involved, the Pyke prevented me from hitting the enemy and then died for it, which was so funny. Twice. One time we were fighting the Fed mid laner, and we were gonna win, but I needed to land my ult, and then the Pyke hooked the Veigar out of my ult, and then my ult flew up into the top lane and hit the Fed top laner who was split pushing, and then the top laner just killed me, because there was nothing I could do. And it's like, oh, huh. And the Pyke was so mad at me, too, and it's just like, you're getting jungle diffed for people who are like, and I got those guys immediately in the next game. I dodged. I didn't want to play with them again. Like, but the thing is, I'm never gonna flame them. I'm gonna be, like, not mad, but I'm gonna be, like, passive-aggressive about it and complain about it later. But I'm never gonna flame somebody, because you don't know if they're new, you don't know if they're trolling, so you just might as well not care. But you're gonna care a little bit, because I was having, like, a potentially good game. Like, I could have potentially... If we took optimal plays, we probably could have won that game. Even though the top laner was fed, even though the mid laner was fed. But they just couldn't transition their early lead into anything. And so they would just try to fight, and then they would lose because of their own decision-making over and over again. And then it just got to the point where it's like, listen, there's no point in team fighting anymore. Because I've seen y'all team fight, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So anyways, I'm gonna, I don't know, I might record more? because everybody's asleep. I could talk to, like, some of the Europe members in my FC, I guess. Could hang out with them for a bit. I might do that later. But, like, I don't know. Everybody's asleep right now. I should be asleep right now. I should have been asleep, like, an hour ago. I don't know what to do, dude. I'm gonna go eat food. I'm really hungry. Like, you know that when it's like your sleep schedule's messed up, you just either want to, like, never eat food ever, or you're like, you want to eat every food in existence, which is how I feel right now. So, anyway, stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye-bye. There is gonna be a Lunacid today. I think it might be technically tomorrow, because Josephine was busy, so she's editing it. Like, I think she worked on a little bit of it. My time is messed up. She worked on it yesterday, but she couldn't finish it, and so she's gonna finish it today, which is the day that it has to go up, so yeah. And then the Dark Souls that Plunger's working on, he's got a little bit more work to do on it, but he said it should be done by Friday. But the thing is, Plunger's upload speed is really, 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 really bad, so it might be late. Both of them are, what I'm saying is both of them are probably going to be late. But that's fine, because both of them will be out this week. So anyways, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.